This is ABC7 News at 6. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. President Trump is back at Trump Tower in New York City for the first time as president, but he was met by protest as the backlash continues over the deadly chaos spawned by Saturday's white nationalist rally in Virginia.
During a press conference today, the president blamed both sides for the violence in Charlottesville over the weekend. It was a sharp turn from his statement on Monday when the president called out the white nationalists, neo-Nazis, and the KKK.
You had a group on one side that was bad, and you had a group on the other side that was also very violent. And nobody wants to say that, but I'll say it right now. You had a group on the other side that came charging in without a permit, and they were very, very violent.
The protests are set to continue, and thousands more expected outside of Trump Tower throughout the evening and night.
And with last weekend's events in Charlottesville still fresh in everyone's minds, the Confederate monument right on the doorsteps of the Manatee County Courthouse is back in the spotlight.
One resident is still on a mission to get that monument replaced, but many critics do not see it that way. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live from Manatee County Courthouse with more on the story. Dwayne?
Well, Scott and Haley, this has always been a topic of controversy here in the county. As with many of these Confederate statues and monuments around the country, many of them, or many people, want them taken down. But some say the monument right behind me should stay right here. With last weekend's events in Charlottesville, the Confederate monument right on the doorsteps of the Manatee County Courthouse is back in the spotlight.
I feel as though that where it is right now is not the most appropriate location for it.
Anthony Pusateri has been on a mission as of late. His goal is to replace the Confederate monument with a statue of Snooty the Manatee, even starting a petition garnering more than 13,000 signatures so far. He says he understands the history aspect, but the statue has to go.
That at its very core said that black people are not equal to white people, that slavery is a good thing, and I'm not okay with that.
It being in front of a courthouse just should not be allowed at all.
According to an inscription on the monument, it was erected by the United Daughters of the Confederacy in 1924. The base of the monument bears several other inscriptions, including the name of General Stonewall Jackson, making it a history lesson for some.
There's a lot of bad history, there's a lot of good history. If you delete it, how do people know? If you don't know your past, how can you correct the future?
Part of American history and a senseless waste of time and money for taxpayers, says Paula Curl.
And I don't believe that, the county or the state should spend money moving something that was put here by people that felt very strongly about it to begin with.
Bottom line, says Pusateri, this is a subject that needs to be addressed.
This monument is becoming more and more viewed by people that are just becoming leaders in our community that this represents something bad. If the county commission doesn't address it now, it will continue to be a problem for years to come.
Florida taxpayers are spending millions of dollars to guard Governor Rick Scott and other politicians visiting the state. A new report shows the state spent more than $3.2 million on security expenses since last July. Most of that goes toward providing protection for Governor Rick Scott and for First Lady Ann Scott. The salaries and travel expenses for the security agents add up. The rest goes toward security for visiting politicians, including Governor Chris Christie and Scott Walker.
Let's go check on our weather. A pretty dry day here on the Suncoast. Here's more with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, that's been the case over the past several days now. Dry air in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. You might be saying dry air, it's very humid out there. That's at the lower level of the atmosphere below 5,000 feet. But if you go above 20 to 30,000 feet, you're really starting to get into that dry air that's moved in overhead. And storms do develop, and then they tap into that dry air and just kind of shuts them down. Normally it just explodes this time of year, but not happening. 90 current temperature with the heat index at 99. The pressure has been dropping ever so slightly as of late, but the forecast through this evening, temperature staying warm. I know last night at 11 o'clock, the heat index was at 93 degrees, and we're expecting similar conditions for us tonight due to that high humidity and lack of wind and temperature staying warm and lack of rainfall to cool us down. Typically, the storms that develop in the afternoon really chill things out here, and then eventually that east wind and the storms move through here and cool us down into the mid to upper 70s, but not the case as of late. Just a few showers. One just to the west of Arcadia was pretty strong, and now it's weakening. We'll have more in our forecast. Take a look at the tropics. 3 areas we're watching. Details on that in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Venice's longtime Chamber of Commerce president, John Ryan, has died. A longtime friend of Ryan says he had no known medical issues and his death came as a shock to many. Ryan led Venice's Chamber of Commerce for more than 20 years. He helped implement programs to help up-and-coming entrepreneurs and business owners find their way.
He was always so supportive, and he was always the guy who was like, listen, we're going to figure out a way to make this happen for you, and we're going to do it together.
A memorial service for Ryan is set for Saturday at St. Mark's Episcopal Church in Venice.
Coyotes continue to be a big problem in the city of Venice, and it's an issue that's being addressed tonight. A special forum on coyotes is being held at Venice City Hall, and that's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams live with more on this story tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Haley and Scott, things will be getting underway here at 6:30, and they are expecting a pretty big crowd. The forum will be educating folks on coyotes and how to live with them. It will feature a speaker from Florida Fish and Wildlife. Coyotes have been causing headaches for Venice residents, including attacking small animals.
Everybody wants to do something, but nobody knows what they can do. So I thought it would be a good idea to try to get the authorities here that will tell us what the laws and the regulations are on the coyotes and how we can live peacefully with them.
And if you are interested in attending this forum this evening, you have about 20 minutes or so to get here. It starts at 6:30. Reporting live from Venice this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, schools getting ready for the solar eclipse, what students are learning ahead of Monday's eclipse.
And where teens can view this eclipse for free without compromising their safety.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's being called the Great American Total Solar Eclipse. It will darken skies as far west as Oregon and east to South Carolina.
And here on the Suncoast, scientists predict about an 80% eclipse, but as people try to get a glimpse of the once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon, Suncoast school districts are issuing some warnings. ABC7's Bobeth Yates has more.
There's been a lot of buzz about the solar eclipse, but taking part in the momentous experience can be dangerous if you don't take the proper precautions, like wearing these sunglasses. And school officials want to make sure you know what all of the other precautions are.
The danger is that they could hurt their eyesight and lose their peripheral vision, and we want to try to minimize the chance of that happening.
Manatee County School District is erring on the side of caution when it comes to Monday's solar eclipse.
We supervise 49,000 kids in our district, and the only way we can assure them to be safe in this event is to keep them inside from the hours of 1 to 4:30.
The district will only allow students to watch the eclipse from television and computer screens within the building. Schools that dismiss during the eclipse will also have additional protocols. They're also directing parents to make alternative plans for students who bike or walk home. And Manatee County School District isn't alone.
But we also want to make sure that they understand the dangers involved in viewing a solar eclipse. And so we're providing some guidelines as to how one might safely view a solar eclipse.
Those guidelines include wearing the necessary eye protection and not using a cell phone or any other device to look directly at the sun without adding a lens filter. But despite the danger, Sarasota School District is allowing their teachers and students who've taken the proper steps to view the eclipse.
If our instructors believe that there is educational value in viewing the eclipse and it can be done in a safe way, we're going to permit them to do that. And so we have developed a parental consent form that allows for parents to opt in to the exercise.
In addition, Sarasota school officials say recess, PE, and athletic practices will be moved indoors for students who have not completed the consent form. And for parents who want to enjoy the eclipse with their child, there is another option. Monday will be considered an excused absence in many districts for students who have the proper paperwork. Bobeth Yates, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Middle and high school students can safely watch the solar eclipse in Northport. The library will give teens grades 6 through 12 free viewing glasses provided by NASA, and they will teach students the science behind the solar eclipse. That will start around 2 o'clock on Monday. Manatee County Libraries will also give out eclipse viewing glasses beginning on Thursday.
I think you don't even have to look at it to experience it, because it's going to be darker than it would be in the middle of the day. So just that is going to be pretty cool.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Up next, Bob will be back with the first alert weather forecast for the rest of the work week. Stay with us.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I heard about the Datoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Datoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089, 800-329-3089.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Well, we're missing the storms to cool us off.
Yes, I think a lot of people are. I know the lawns are too. You know, the lawns are looking a little around 3 inches below average right now, and we are looking at a better chance, though, of getting more widespread rain that comes on Thursday, and that's going to be a low pressure system that comes up from the Caribbean, not a tropical system at best. But here's what's going on. We have some photos sent in this morning. We've had some coastal showers around in the morning, and this one in particular, this one by Captain Scott Moore. Snapping this, he's catching more than just fish today, catching this nice rainbow as it made its way across the bay. And then Lido Sunrise, Margaret McCurry getting this one with a few cumulus clouds around, trying to build into something, but not much luck of that. As a result of this dry air and high pressure, Anna Maria webcam from Ed Goff's site there, you can see calm conditions on Bimini Bay, lots of sunshine, flat, calm conditions out there, and it will stay that way too throughout the day on Wednesday. Well, this isn't too calm. Right now, top winds up to 80 miles an hour with Gert, but the good news is that this trough of low pressure is going to catch it, steer it away from the U.S., so no big impact there except for some waves generated from the strong winds near the center, and even those waves are being felt across parts of the east coast of Florida. Now, for us, the radar picture not very active this afternoon. We had a few inland storms mainly. That activity is now winding down. It was a little stronger just about an hour ago, as it was making its way from the northwest to the southeast, basically. Just some light rainfall there. Notice how it was pretty strong, a few lightning strikes, and all of a sudden, just a few light rain showers there, and that's due to that dry air in place. In the upper levels, 90, 74 in the dew point. West winds are at 10, the pressure 29.98 inches. Still fairly high, falling ever so slightly over the past couple of hours. 92 the high, 2 degrees above the average, and 97 the record. The low this morning was 74. Or 79, the average is 74. There's the rainfall deficit for the month now, 2.87 inches below average, and for the year, we're over 3.5 inches below average now. Well, here it is. It is now starting to move a little bit as a result of this trough coming off the mid-Atlantic coast states, and this is going to continue to move off to the northeast now, right in between the alleyway there between Bermuda and the east coast of the United States. As far as the winds go, they're at 80. Should stay there. There's a slight chance it could gain some strength, but with that trough nearby, it doesn't appear that it's going to get to a Category 2 status at this point. The pressure is at 981 millibars. But more importantly, the tropics are getting very active. In the Atlantic, we're watching 3 separate areas. This one not that well defined. This one looking a little healthier, and then one behind it. We're watching all 3. They're way out there in the Atlantic. And the first one is disturbance number 1. It has a 40% chance of developing. Here's the forecast path and track. Most of them take it off to the west. In fact, the majority of them do. The Canadian models do bend it off toward the Bahamas in time if it does develop. And then the second disturbance has a 40% chance the next 5 days, and that has a tendency to move in a lot of different areas, so we'll have to keep an eye on that in the next 5 days. For the time being, no threat to the United States at this point, no threat of any shower activity tonight. Everything should stay quiet. There's a chance of getting more rain on Thursday, as I mentioned. For boaters tomorrow, winds out of the northwest, light at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet, and a light chop out there. The water temperature, 93 now, 93 degrees. The tides upcoming, high tide at 8:53, and another one at 7:20 tomorrow morning. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy, 80 for your low. Tomorrow, look for mostly sunny, scattered showers in the morning, just a slight chance. Better chance for some inland storms in the afternoon, but that's not much at 30%. And then the moisture moves in, and so do the storms. As we take a look at what's going to be happening, it looks like the weekend, we'll see some scattered showers and storms. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. A Sarasota High School graduate is being recognized for his small-scale woodworking skills. John Kernoens and his wife Finn created this tiny firehouse. It's a tiny house honoring firefighters and first responders. The couple uses it as their travel home, but they also make it available for fire departments to use for fundraisers and fire prevention education classes. That's pretty cool.
Very cool. Well, still to come, Linda Carson introduces us to this week's amazing Suncoast woman.
One woman made her big impact on the American Cancer Society here in the Suncoast, and why she's now stepping down.
This week, America on edge after that fatal white nationalist protest. Demonstrations break out across the country. Can President Trump unite the nation and quiet his critics? This is where America turns for answers. World News Tonight with David Muir.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
It's Lincoln Summer Sales Event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
So, you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So, pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
Call 1-800-671-4817.
Cynthia Dunlap, a woman who has given so much to the American Cancer Society for so long, is moving on.
ABC7's Linda Carson has more about this amazing Suncoast woman.
After 20 years of heading up the local division of the American Cancer Society, Cynthia Dunlap is leaving. Friends, co-workers, and volunteers gathered on her last day to wish her well. Cynthia hopes to find a job near her family.
Originally, I'm from New Brunswick, Canada, and my family is a blended family of 6 and 3. And when my mom married my stepdad, we moved to Philadelphia.
She graduated from the University of Richmond.
First job out of college was I moved to Boston and was working in a restaurant while looking for a job in nonprofit. And just quickly got sort of sucked into the restaurant environment, became an assistant general manager and then a general manager, and ran that for 13 years.
Her husband's elderly parents were in Sarasota, so they moved here, then visited her parents.
We went back up for their 25th anniversary, came back down here. My mom called and said, Dad has cancer.
He died a few days later. She returned to help her mom.
I was helping her get her things in order, and the American Cancer Society called our house in Sarasota, and then they called me up in Canada and said, we'd like you to come in for an interview.
A few years later, cancer struck her husband, Scott. At first, they thought he had a cold.
It lasted for probably about 6 weeks, and then he went to an ENT, and so they, scoped down his throat, and it was just like you have cancer.
After surgery, radiation, and chemo, Scott's okay, but it certainly fueled her fight against cancer. Her proudest achievement, raising money for cancer research, being a part of the American Cancer Prevention Study, and the role the Suncoast played in that study.
We're the top in the whole state for enrollees.
But her position has been eliminated.
We're consolidating our efforts. We're eliminating some positions to not be duplicating what people are doing. And for me, that's, I was impacted by it.
She's determined to find a new job she is passionate about.
I want to find something that resonates with me just as much as the American Cancer Study has and still will.
And her life lesson?
Be slow to judge people and be quick to be kind to people.
Over the past 20 years, Cynthia Dunlap has done everything possible to help everyone here on the Suncoast who got cancer and their family. And she's worked tirelessly to raise money to find a cure and a prevention for this disease. Cynthia, we wish you every joy and every success on your new journey. Linda Carson, ABC7 with Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. She'll do great things wherever she ends up.
Yep. Have a good night.